Hey, come on in. Are you guys ready to paint?
We're ready, Carrie.
All right.
I'm Jeremy Lovett with Intent Mortgage.
And I'm Joan Pike with Berkshire Hathaway. This is Carrie and Maggie Curran from Carrie Curran Art Studios.
And what I'm going to teach you is how to make a gradation of colors. And that's a lot of fun to do, but so I have to teach you some techniques. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right,
Pinky
so the
purple.
first thing...
You ready, Jeremy?
I'm ready for the pinky purple, Joan.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're all going to get a whole spoonful of paint. And we're going to just put it on as thick as possible, nice and juicy.
Is it nice and juicy over there, Joan?
It looks good.
All right, I love it, I love it. The next step, I know you're not quite there yet, we're going to do this kind of quickly because as the paint dries, these are acrylics.
I thought this was a small little thing, and now that I'm sweeping all the way across it, I'm kind of glad it is a small one.
So the next thing we'll do is we're going to grab that yellow, but this time we're going to add a little bit of orange. We don't even have to wash our brush because we're in a family of color, the warm colors.
I feel like I should just paint my sleeves right now and get it over with.
Oh yeah.
That's what it really looks like in real life.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what does it look like in your real life? His real life is different.
Yes,
Why?
yes. I'm colorblind, so you know what? It still looks
It's
super
still
colorful.
working.
I just don't know if it's all the right colors.
There she goes.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Let's see
nailed
how
it, Joan.
Jeremy did.
I don't want to touch it.
Now at this point we let the paintings dry for a little bit
Okay.
and we put our brushes in the water.
So Carrie, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you got into this.
My mom was a painter and she painted outdoors in the Indiana dunes, and that was always fascinating to me. So even in college, I would go to the dunes and paint outdoors. So I'm a landscape painter. We moved to Arizona in 1983. And one of the first places I went, the first week I was here, was on McCormick Ranch, a bar called Rick's Americana. And that night I met some of the friends that I still have today. So it was just like a dream come true that 2 years ago I found this place to have our art studio. This is Maggie, and I just want to tell a little story about this place. So when we came to look at this spot, and the owner called us and said, hey, I think that an art studio would be amazing on McCormick Ranch in the Mercado. Maggie and I walked in and we were both just like, don't say anything, don't say anything.
Don't get too excited.
Don't get too excited. It was too good to be true, we thought, until we actually had our grand opening. We didn't believe that. We were here in this beautiful, light-filled space on McCormick Ranch where people are going by and coming in, and we have an after-school program with 75 children a week, and we have adult programming for the oil painting. They're more advanced students, and then the fundraisers and parties. So it's been very convenient for everybody to come here.
Now there's a big gap between 1984 and 2016. What happened in there? Were you painting? Were you still being
I was
an artist?
raising a family,
Okay.
Jeremy. I've been a docent at the Phoenix Art Museum for over almost 30 years, and then eventually 2010 we opened our first studio.
So I was at the grand opening a few years ago. So I knew you already had a huge following, and I was so impressed with the location and the facility. It's beautiful.
But so you're basically just artists through and through. Your mom was an artist there, and then you've
Mom.
done this your whole life? That's so cool.
And my grandfather and my aunt was a sculptor. My sister has a studio in our hometown in Indiana, and she's a wonderful fine artist.
And I loved it. I snooped on the website before I got here, and you call Maggie like my partner Maggie, and I'm like, that's so cool. It's mother and daughter that gets to do these things together.
Oh, is it time to continue?
Yeah, the paint should be dry. This is a little bit of charcoal.
Oh boy.
And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of look at, we have 3 sizes here, and you're just going to kind of draw a straight line right down the middle here. Okay, the next one would be the little guy over here, and he comes up a little further than halfway.
I'd say my paint was almost dry because I'm definitely smearing it around.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
But I think I'm making do. I don't think I'm ruining anything.
Yeah, no, I think you'll be fine. So it's orange, I'm sorry, purple and a little bit of white. Sometimes when I'm in my right brain, I say the wrong colors and the wrong everything.
It's okay.
Because your left brain's the linear, so your right brain is the creative. So when you're in there and people think I'm trying to be funny, I'm not.
I thought it was hilarious. Like every time you say colors, I have to look up though because I'm watching. I'm like, which one did she press? Okay, she pressed the third one from the right.
I just think it's normal.
How are your mountains looking, Joan?
Not bad.
Hers look good.
I'm happy with them. Jamie, I just flicked this at you. Did it hit you somewhere?
I think you got me right there.
Sorry. sorry. And they're in bloom. We could actually add flowers.
They were blooming yesterday. I went on a little hike and they were blooming. I don't think
They're
that I've ever seen
beautiful.
so many blooming cactuses like that. This is officially the most painting I've ever done.
And you're doing it great, and we're doing it so quickly,
Oh,
and you're
thank you.
doing a great job. So yeah, it probably needs to dry, so we want to put our brushes in the water.
I just want mine to be perfect.
We're gonna put that one for yours.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Well, you guys
didn't
did
see it.
awesome. Okay, we just have finishing
looks
touches when we
good.
come
That
back.
doesn't look bad.
It
Let me
looks
see yours.
really
Let me see yours.
good.
Let me see yours. Oh, Joan, yours looks so good. When we walk away, switch these two.
All right, just to finish up our little paintings here, you guys did a great job. You have graduated to the baby brush, or the smaller brush, and we can paint over anything with white. Remember whiteout? Jeremy doesn't, but Joan might.
I remember whiteout. Are you kidding me?
Does it always help if you have your tongue out on the side?
Yeah, they're biting it, or some of the expressions of people with
I
the
can
paintings.
imagine.
So cute.
Carrie and Maggie, thanks so much for having us today. And Ivy too. If you haven't done a masterpiece at Carrie Curran Art Studios, you're not living McCormick Ranch.
And if you're not living in McCormick Ranch, Joan and I can help fix that. Catch us next time on Living McCormick Ranch.
Bye now. Dog. Carrie.
You wanted to do it again anyway. Go ahead, Carrie.
Joan, pay attention.
Joan, come on, Joan, come on,
Get
Joan.
over here.
Come on, Joan. That's not orange. Jeremy Lovett. Underline exclamation point. I thought that in my head, but I'm like, you know what? She seems sweet. I'm sure that's not what she meant by that.
Whatever you want, Jeremy.
Whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works.
That'll be on the blooper reel.
Kind of.